Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I'm JT O'Sullivan. Today, Zach Wilson checking in. Is he getting better? What's that growth look like? We are breaking it down. Fire it up. Let's get into it. Welcome to the QB School. All right, Zach Wilson checking in. Seems like every young quarterback is getting better. Let's see what Zach Wilson's going on. My goodness. How about a little help up front, bro? My goodness. Great job here just being a playmaker enough and having the wherewithal to get a completion here. But that is a open gate. That's a bad feeling. That's a great job moving to his right, using his eyes. Nice, easy little flick. Say, if the pass protection was set up, looks like you almost get a free play here with the jump. If the pass pro held up at the top, probably hits the comeback down here at the bottom. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what they're trying to get done here concept-wise, but great job. I think this is him at his best right now, making plays, kind of things break down, out of structure, however you want to frame it, but this is a bad feeling. What goes on pass pro-wise here? Looks like the left guard just doesn't get the declaration. He should be going out all the way immediately. You see the left tackle continue to go wide out there. That's a great job. He really is. He's not sneaky athletic. He's just athletic. He's more athletic than I think people think. Great job making a play right here. 3rd and short. 3rd and 2. Nice job right here. Love going well past the sticks here. Great job going left to right. 1, 2, 3. Whether this is an option or however the progression of this thing is, it's left all the way back to the right. 1, 2, 3. No. Keeps his base. I love an in down the hash. Just an absolute thing of beauty right here. When I'm talking about what exactly the read is here, the only reason I say this is an option, and it's a little bit unique how they get there. So what I mean by that is normally you'd have the option runner back here. You'd run like a 7 or clear, and then he kind of skips off and go in and out. I don't know if it's an option or not, but I think it is just by the slowness right here, and they almost invert the responsibility. So the deep route here, I think they go to the corner. The slow start, and then he just breaks out. I don't know if he has the capacity to go in. I wouldn't be surprised just with how he starts this thing by kind of pausing, letting him go, slowing it, and then coming out and breaking it. And so you basically have to say, no here, yes, all the way back across here. And so real nice. This is not easy to do. Full field reads, and to be able to get there with really perfect footwork as far as the base just lined up to the left, no. Get your feet going right down the hash and let it rip with a little bit of anticipation. Absolute thing of beauty. Talk about getting better before your eyes. No. There it is. Now, too bad they don't have like a pump or something on down here at the bottom of the screen to hit it up, like a little 7 up. That'd be a huge hit. Again, I'm a genius with the clicker. You're welcome for those kind of comments. But great job by Zach Wilson. Really nice going left to right on a big 3rd down. Now, pass pro wise, how we get here. Now, this is a little bit of a funky thing, but at the end of the day, it's just 6 on 6. So what I'm talking about here, we're going to pretend that these guys are a no-go to blitz, right? It looks like they're manned up here, or at least in coverage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 6 in the pass protection unit. Doesn't matter how we sort it out here. You probably want the back blocking the most linebacker type guy, lightest guy in the rear. I think right here they're running a variation of a stunt. He comes up, chops him. So kind of a unique way to watch this thing happen as far as the pick and the twist up front, but nice enough pass pro. So you can tell 45 is going to run into that guard. He gets chopped down beforehand. Just a great job. Then going all the way back, watching Zach Wilson's feet. So lined up to the left, all his cleats in the ground, no. Come all the way around, there it is, all his cleats in the ground, right down the hash. Love it. Just really great execution. Now, consistency, that's the part of it. Doing that all the time because you know that that is the standard. Now, right here, this is a great example of a handful of different things. So first, let's watch the kind of fire drill here as far as we're getting confused about who's going on the motion, who's going on the shift. So first, the back has to move on the shift. Then the wide receiver has to move on the motion. Then it looks like we're running an iteration of an RSO, a run screen option. I would make the argument here that this decision is not correct. Now, again, you guys love to make fun of me about saying I'm not in the quarterback room, but none of us are in the quarterback room, technically, unless my man Zach is watching. Doubt it. Please don't. But the idea being here that almost always when there is a run screen option and you get someone running with the screen, so when they sort this thing out and we get this little swing screen here, really, most of the times I've either taught this, run this, or played this, when he goes in motion right here, if someone runs with him, if any defender runs with him and takes himself out of the run fit, so you run over there and we've already got 2 over 2 here, we don't want to throw that. We just want to hand it off. Occasionally, this will be a little bit of a different rule if we're doing outside the edge, C gap, kind of whoever's out here. If you get 2 out here blitzing, so one's taking the dive, one's taking the quarterback, then sometimes you'll have to throw it. But again, I'm getting into the real weeds. I know a ridiculous course that is very affordable that talks about a significant number of RPOs and RSOs. But right here, this is a give. You just got to hand it to them. Let them run pin and pull to the boundary. Can't be doing that. That's borderline making a bad play a disaster there with a potential lateral. But again, you can see the defender running with him, right? He's running. Well, not right there. They're just confused, which makes it even worse. He goes, he runs. It's 3 over 2. Don't throw it. Just hand it off. And again, is 45 going to tackle the back? Maybe. But you could probably hand it to him, give up your back, and let him just kind of take a shoulder. Either way, don't think it's the right decision. 3rd and 10. Great throw down here to the bottom of the screen. Little post. Get up and down before the safety. Great throw. Again, the ball comes out of Zach Wilson's hands so quickly when he's decisive and he knows where he wants to go as soon as he gets the ball in his hands. So right here, just watching 83 work that little angle or post or wrap, however you want to call it. He hits that back foot. Boom. Perfect. All his cleats in the ground. Anticipating that thing right down the hash. Now, is it exactly where he wants? No. But I'm being super picky. Just a really nice job executing a really crucial down and distance here. Again, just love the decisiveness. It's 3rd and long. I think it's 3rd and 10. Watch the back. If for some reason, this is one of those ones you want to come back to. So it works out great. I'm telling you, this post wrap thing to 83 is probably the first read. But if not, look at the back. That's where you go to the sideline and you're like, damn, we got to come back to that, coach. Let's come back to that in that situation. Got a chance for a big play. But it is a big play regardless. That's a huge conversion. Great job. And it leads to a big play. But again, the decisiveness, the footwork, the good enough accuracy, the timing. I mean, just things that you weren't seeing consistently in watching the film, or at least I wasn't turning it on earlier. Right here, great job getting to a little double sticks down here. Nice job by 10, creating a little separation too to get into the end zone. Nice touchdown pass. Again, decisive. Base is outstanding. Accuracy, perfect. Pinpoint across the field. That's not an easy throw, especially versus the pre-snap kind of look as far as what the coverage could be. Obviously check in here into that with the alert, probably calling 2 plays in the huddle. But for me, more than anything else, just look how calm the footwork is. He does more of a shuffle here than a true drop. To me, it doesn't matter as long as you get to that position with all your cleats in the ground, lined up to where you want to go. And just an absolutely outstanding strike. The accuracy allows for the acrobatics at the end to get inside the pylon. So again, just look, I mean, there's a lot of faith down here. No offense to 10 at the bottom of the screen, to anybody to throw this ball. Tight coverage, right on his hip. When's he let this thing go? I mean, that's pretty tight. It's a lot of faith. That's just a great ball. That's absolutely pinpoint accuracy. That is exactly what I think people expecting coming into a guy who had the kind of arm talent that he showcased at the college level to be able to come in here and do it. Now, is it down the field? No. But this shows you there's certainly a significant capacity to throw the ball wherever the hell he wants. Next one here, great design. You know, I'm not sure they executed it exactly how they want, but I love the shift to motion to someone wide ass open. And yes, Obviously, when someone's wide ass open like this, it's a defensive, probably missed assignment to say the least, but you still got to get there. So here's the shift, get to 1x3, pseudo bunch with a nub, jet motion, and we're faking to the back. So to me, you know, do you run fake jet and fake to the back? Probably not. I'm going to guess someone made a mistake here. But regardless, what I do love is how they design this tight end to come down like he's blocking. Confuses the guy who I think has him in man-to-man coverage, and he gets dropped. So first thing, again, shift with the motion. A lot of pre-snap movement. Now, do they do this exactly right? Again, I don't know. But I love going from 2x2. I'm sorry, 2x2 to 3x1. This is a loose bunch right here. So from here, we're going to jet motion. So we're going to fake to the jet, and we're going to fake to the back. Now, I'm not sure that that's exactly what they want, but whatever. Here is the crucial part of this. He's going to fake block down. So when he does that, the guy that I think has him in man-to-man coverage loses him, and now he needs to come fit this run. He's the support force, however you want to classify it. With that, we're going to get an in. We're going to get a shallow. So it ends up being this like pseudo mesh with a play action, and the thing is wide open in the other flat. So lots of moving parts. Is it all correct? Only they know. Fake, fake, block down. That like old school, oh shit screen West Coast teams used to run all the time. Just a newer variation of it. Fake, fake, block all the way across. And I mean, even the mesh variation of it, you would think that the under sneak here to 87 would be under, not over the sniffer on the other side. So maybe a little fortunate that the defense drops him. But again, nice job by Zach Wilson being able to see it, get the ball out, just let your guys go make plays. Sometimes those are the hardest throws when guys are wide open. But again, got to appreciate the design here. Even if it's not perfectly executed as far as faking to both guys. Don't think you do that very often, but love getting guys this wide open. Again, scheming people open. That's what it looks like. No one around someone for 10 plus yards in the NFL, scheming people open. Now, it certainly wasn't all great. So this is an example again. Love the pre-snap motion, a little fit from I to shift, or big faking, got to get away from the big guy, and then we just decide to chuck it up, and we throw a never in history ball. Few different things here. One, this dude's not open. Like, this is just one of those throws where I love the confidence in yourself, but this is not there. And so just continuing to learn what is and isn't there on Sundays. But that's great acceleration. Running away from a big guy, good athlete, never in history. Maybe he catches that if there's nobody there. Toe tap, maybe. But for the most part, never in history. The other part here. So a number of things that I really like. Talked about this motion a handful of times on the channel. Usually the F or the second tight end, the fullback, fit motion. Start in I, end up wherever the formation's called. So there's the fit. Then we're going to short motion, borderline CFL motion there with a little round. So we're faking this way. Thing I didn't love here is we're going to get a shallow here. And then the over to me is just too close. The same guy can guard him. Now, that being said, and here's where the ball ends up going on the kind of this deep flag corner, whatever. This over here, even if he were to run it at what I would consider more traditional spacing, like up at the 15, 20 yard line, I'm still not sure it's there. I think probably the corner here sees it and comes off a little bit. But this right here, to me, spacing wise, execution wise from the perimeter, doesn't give the quarterback a chance to get that mid-level throw. So again, you got to pull back all the layers. Yes, Zach Wilson, do not throw this ball like this. First of all, great athleticism right here, running away from the big dog. Next, look at the over. See how they're like stacked 5 yards? That's not how overs work. So either throttle down right there, receiver, right on the hash, right on the 39, or get a little bit more depth. But you can see that corner trying to play both. When he turns right there to go run with that deep corner or deep flag, if you're running this thing more towards the 35, so you can either throttle this thing down and like sit right here, or you need to keep going at this angle because these two guys are just too close. So if we're going to be critical of one, the quarterback position, we're certainly going to be critical of the design. But you can see how he kind of like bends it back. it's just a weird football spacing IQ play. And again, throwing that sucker, never in history. Ball just means never in the history of football has it been caught if you throw it out of bounds. So give your guy a shot. But again, pre-snap motion, shift, motion, fake. Love that acceleration right there. Run away from him. And then just don't need it. But it'd be helpful if everybody did their job perfectly with the spacing on those routes. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. It lets you know when we go live, when we put out new content. I certainly appreciate the support for the channel. Then if you're looking for even more quarterback school content, check out a bunch of the free things we offer in the link to this video. We've got a quarterback school tool, teaches you how to beat every coverage based on your personnel, have a Pass Pro Quiz to see how well you know pass protection and how integral that is to quarterback production. And then we've got a free course on the passing quick game. So if you're interested in those things, check out the links in the description. I appreciate it. Let's keep this video going. In the 2-minute situation here, great job. A little unique way to get to bunch, curl flat, and taking a shot down the middle of the field. Catch middle field open. Again, it's not perfect accuracy by any means, but you see the middle field open. You take advantage of it with either the middle field read or the pipe or the however you want to classify the clear go down the middle of the field. But I just love the fact that he's decisive enough to let that thing rip. It's good enough ball. Certainly not what I think a perfect throw. Perfect throw, that's got a chance to score or be a massive play. So again, it's one of those weird dichotomies where it's not clean, binary, like this is good, this is bad. Good vision, good enough throw, could have been home run play if it's a perfectly thrown ball, and he's shown good enough accuracy to be able to do it. I think that's the frustrating part. A little spray, curl flat down here. Who knows what this was? It's probably going to be a speed out or something. It gets some sort of cloud or tough adjust into a crummy fade. So those are your options. You catch middle field open. Let's take advantage of the middle of the field, but let's get a better ball. Oh, frustrating. You know, just keep him right on the hash that he's running on. I mean, that's wide open middle of the field. Wow. So yeah, it's a big chunk. Yes, that's great. And it could have been more, and that's okay. And so when you start seeing him package all these types of throws where you start getting hit, as opposed to chunk, you don't get opportunities like that very often. And he's also got to have his guys help him out. Like right here, little speed out up top, outstanding anticipation. But you can't catch it for him. Like, I mean, I don't know what to say here. You can't catch it for him. Hits him in the hands, right on the boundary, 2-minute drill, stop the clock, 2nd and long, get a first down, moving the rock, lined up. I mean, look at that drop. See how he kind of like shuffles back to be lined up? A little dovetail, all his cleats in the ground, rips it, on the body, on the break, drop. I'll pause this thing right at the top so we can see the anticipation of it, but it's perfect. It's a capital A. I mean, look, when's he separate? Right there? Look at the receiver up top. He's not out of the rolled break yet. Ball's in the air, on the boundary. I mean, that's perfect. Damn. So it's still missing bits and pieces of it, but there are certainly flashes of his ability to put it exactly where he wants. It's the consistency for me, whether it's putting all the pieces together as a scheme, as an offense, guys letting him down, everybody collectively elevating their performance. But just like that last one was perfect, this one down here at the bottom of the screen should be a pick six. This is a turnover-worthy play. It's the same damn play, just the other way. Now the ball's a little bit behind him, and this should be a penalty, or this should be a turnover. This really is a fortunate not to have 3 points taken off the board. I think they kick a field goal right after this. You know what I'm going to say, 24. If you could catch it, you'd be playing offense. That ball's just behind him. So it's that consistency factor of being able to, yeah, put it where you want. Yes, be decisive. Again, for me, footwork-wise here, this is, I feel like I say it every other video, but that, if you're going to shuffle here, that second step right here, just underneath you, is an unnecessary tap dance. See how his base now is within shoulder width? And that's never where you want to be to throw the ball, because now you're going to have to overstride. You're going to be late. You don't have that base to be able to get it out as quickly as you possibly want, as consistently as you want. So it's just that little footwork. And I hope the video is the evidence here. You step underneath yourself with the second step. Your third step barely gets outside your shoulders. Now you don't have that base, things behind you, and you're really fortunate that that isn't a turnover, and fortunate that that thing didn't cost you 3 points. But it's easy for me to sit here and say, just do it consistently. It's another to be able to take all the drill work, the off-season work, the being a pro for a year, and make it more consistent in your film, in your production. Right here, just an absolute beautiful screen. And again, his offensive line is letting him down. We got free runners coming right in our face. Really an athletic, dynamic play here from Wilson. Watch the nose, just free. He's a hell of a player, but he's not fast enough to catch us here. Retreat, retreat, retreat. Free got player in the A gap. Bro, 2 middle fingers right here to the left guard or the center. Let me see who it is. It's the center. Center needs to be, they're turning to the left. We don't need a double team on the 3 technique. We got to block the nose. I mean, that's a great play from Zach Wilson. It really is. This is a breakdown up front, and he's athletic enough to make that play. And that's a perfect throw. Great touch. Accurate. Worst case scenario. I mean, worst case scenario. Nose guard, free, A-gap, play side of a screen. Get the hell out of here. But it works out because of Zach Wilson. Because he's got that kind of ability when it breaks down to just make a play. And not even just make a play. This is still the play within structure, but things aren't perfect. I think little plays like this to me are my favorite part of seeing guys who can really play at a really high level, because that's just special. Next one here, beautiful little, what I originally thought was an RPO, what I've come to think is more of a play action pass, split flow zone. The only reason I say it's a play action pass is because both sides are running routes, and they're both kind of deeper vertical routes down the field with a post wheel and a little angle or quick 8 here to the left. And I also couldn't tell what the hell he was reading, if it was an RPO, but this is a great pass, regardless of what the construction of the play is. The ball fake, the base, the accuracy, this is a tight throw. So what exactly is the play? We're faking this way, and let's just, we can go both ways. Let's first play it like a play action. So we're split flow play action. He's blocking the edge. We're coming up here, running this little bang 8. We're running kind of a deeper post with a little wheel. And so this, the fact that this guy's running a wheel makes me think that it's a play action. You could make the argument that it's an RPO, and this is just a, we got glances on both sides. But let's play this thing out. Just appreciate the throw, the footwork first. See the base right there? I mean, never a heel click in sight. Well straddled the line. Look at the ball. Throw, anticipation. That's tight. I mean, that dude's in his hip. Make the argument that you'd love 10 to come a little bit flatter, but he's probably being held too. And then up top, you can see the wheel. See my man throw up the mailbox right there? You don't throw up mailboxes on RPOs very often. Again, base here. I couldn't tell also if it was an RPO, who the hell they're reading. So really hope that it's just play action. But I love the fact, see how they kind of move the pocket. So the ball's on the hash. You get to the middle of the hashes, 3 yards over. Just change the launch point a little bit. Get the ball out of his hand, quick, decisive, accurate. You start hearing a pattern of my language, because many of these throws have those types of elements baked into them. Up top here on what I'm going to call a post. Could be a bit of a rounded banana in also, but this is a great job. Again, similar throws for Zach Wilson. He's got all his cleats in the ground. He's driving the ball down the field on time from within the pocket. Now, there are certainly plays where he's out of structure, just doing his thing, but that's a laser. Let's pay really quick attention to the route up top, and the reason why I think it's a little bit of a tweener in or post, I can't tell you. I'm not familiar with wide receivers running this type of route where they're going to be up here and we're going to run this, let's call it a post to start. That angle, watch his feet at the top of this thing. He kind of like chatters his feet. Normally, you only see that kind of breakdown if you're going to come up here, run this thing, and then chatter, 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 and run it in. And even then, you don't really want to do that very often. So that's the only part where I'm a little confused about what exactly the intent of the route is. But watching that route up top, the footwork right there, see that little like I don't even know what you call it, like almost like a Walter Payton like little shimmy. But that's a hell of a pass on what essentially is a double in or double post. Check his footwork out again, the base, all his cleats in the ground, driving that thing with some anticipation. Tight red zone window, beautiful. Really just outstanding. Thing might even get tipped, but it's such a damn fastball, it doesn't matter. Just on the money. Look at the little look off too. Look at his eyes going to the left, helmet to the left, cleats in the ground, decisive. If I'm being honest, actually, that looks a little toesy. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just losing it, watching too much film. That's a great strike, though. Beautiful execution. Love to see it, and I think it's my favorite throws in the red zone like that. The windows are just so much tighter. It's harder. Right here, again, another well-designed play for me, taking advantage of what Zach Wilson's doing well. It's a little bit of a unique design as far as the personnel they have in there, what they're using with the motions. So for me, they've got an extra offensive lineman in at that tight end on our right, their left. Then we're also going to get a jet motion, so a shift and a motion. But when you have an extra offensive lineman in there, you lose an eligible. Then you have a play action, and then you have a fake jet sweep. So yes, it's a great play. It really is. So here's the shift. He gets over there, sets his feet. That's a shift. Here comes the motion. So there's the jet motion. So we have an extra offensive lineman in here, right here. He's not going to go run a vertical route. So the defense is not threatened vertically. So we shift, and then we're motion here. So when you have this extra offensive lineman in there, he's not going to run a deep route. So he's not really a threat down the field. And you also have this jet motion. Well, he's not going to run a vertical route either. So we really only have the threat of two verticals. So right here, whether this is a post, a little wrap in, whatever, usually paired with some sort of deep curl, and gives you the ability to go 1 to 2. But so much of this is tethered to what happens with this second level of defense. So these linebacker types, they need to come up, and then you need to have enough time to be able to wait for windows. So first window, second window, and throw around guys. And that's exactly what happens. Love the fact that they do a little pulling guard here with the extra offensive lineman in there. Also just another added layer of being able to get those guys to come downhill that are playing at that second level. We're trying to take advantage of those holes. Watch the linebackers come downhill, or at least one of them does. And then we got to wrap it around 45. So you can see that first window. No. Right there, right? Up top on top of the 3. No. Let him get into the second window between the hashes. Yes. So just great patience from Zach Wilson. Nice design. But again, there's only 2 vertical threats here. That's a lot of space underneath for only 2 vertical threats. This is not, defensive school, but I'm just saying that's a lot of space. Really nice job by Zach Wilson. And the Tampa Bay safeties come downhill though. So one more time. First, see their adjustment to the shift. So look at all those people move. That's just one guy moving on the offense. 5 guys move on the defense. Here comes the motion. We're going to move again. 32, yes please, gotcha. 45, no, but we'll wrap it right around your ear. So you can see he opens up to Zach Wilson's eyes right there, 45, opens his hips. We got enough time to wait till that second level, second hole. Really nice. Other thing, pass pro wise here, watch that right guard. Okay, the right guard on our left side, pulling, boom, nobody's there. Again, that just, you pull guards like that, adds an extra level of kind of that fake action, play action to be able to pop those guys open. Next one right here, this is 3rd and, let's make sure we get the down and distance perfect here. I want to say 3rd and 6. This is really 3rd and to win the game. So 3rd and 6, ball's on the 11, 3 minutes left, 3rd to win the game. We're up by 4. We come out here, and to me, this is an option to my man 10 at the bottom of the screen. Again, the reason I say option is because see how he skips off the line to start? Now maybe you'd like him to see him break in, but whatever. Out, tough, low throw. Why is it a low throw? Because the center throws a grounder back, and we got to play middle infielder, pick up the short hop, catch it, and flip it out there as we're going backwards. What? I mean, look at what he's got to deal with here. Short hop, no laces, catch, flick, sidearm. Beautiful. And the only other thing I'd say about this route from my man 10, just get a little bit more depth, bro. Make it easy. The first down is what? The 5.5? Get to the 5. I mean, come on. I know the snap ruins the play, but Zach Wilson almost bails him out again. Man, just a really special thing to be able to go make what should be a disaster. It's 3rd and 11 to win the game, 3rd and 6 to win the game. You throw back a one-hopper, and you get smoked. I mean, look at him just. And I know that dude's a beast on him, but damn, bro, at least if you're going to roll it back there, get in their way. Lose with some dignity. Just a bummer on a number of different levels, but from the quarterback position, simply outstanding. The capacity to take what should be a bad play and make it into a decent play, if not a good play. Give yourself a shot to win the game on 4th and 1 versus Tom Brady in your house. Yes. So really, one of my favorite plays of the game from Zach Wilson. This should be a disaster. He turns it in to a chance to win the game. Off that type of play, going backwards, little sidearm flick, just pure athleticism. Great job. 4th and 2. I don't know. Is it really 4th and 2? 4th and a long one. We're going to sneak it. Dislike this sneak on a number of different levels. First of all, they've already failed on a sneak this half, I think. Next, this is just my own personal bias, pet peeve, but don't sneak to an open edge. So first of all, I don't know why it's in vogue now, but it's in vogue to do like fancy sneaks, like with jet motion or, weird shifts or weird motions, whatever. Okay, if that's your jam, great. But we've got 5 offensive linemen, an extra offensive lineman, and a tight end wing to this side. If you're going to do this fancy jet motion, put him on this side and go this way. Why? Because it will threaten this player right here on the open edge. This is an open edge, right? There's no tight end. There's certainly not a wing. You either have to do that, in my opinion, so this is just a poorly designed play, or just put the tight end over here. Go balance up and make it a little bit of a wider edge, because all these guys are just wedging this thing. So what does wedge mean? Wedge means that we're coming in shoulder pad to hip, shoulder pad to hip, shoulder pad to hip, shoulder pad to hip, and we're just wedging it. Well, when you do this to this short side, no one's blocking him. So why would we fake this to this side? Why? Because we run it once to a wing? It doesn't matter. It's short yardage. No one's blocking this open edge. Don't have an open edge on a sneak. Don't do it. Please stop doing this. All of football. I mean, you see how 9 just comes down the line of scrimmage and eats him? Now, I'm not saying it would work the other way, but at least give yourself a chance, right? I mean, what's a tight end doing up top? Unless it's like unless he potentially could give it to him, which I don't think he can, because that motion guy's going half speed. See how he slows up? He's not really selling it. Damn. Or if you're going to do that, move the back up to a sniffer. There are just so many different ways to do it. Really frustrating to see Zach Wilson play as well as he did. Have a chance to beat Tom Brady. Because that stuff matters to quarterbacks, to competitors, who you're going against. A chance to beat Tom Brady. This is the play to win the game, to ice it. And you open edge sneak it with a fancy motion? For who, for what? These are the type of plays that will just drive me straight up bananas. Frustrated for somebody. But man, impressive to get better. So that is a wrap. Zach Wilson. Certainly the film says that he's getting significantly better. Still some inconsistencies, but man, some splash plays, some playmaker ability, some arm talent, some accuracy. Lots to like, lots to be excited about. Let me know what you thought of the video. I appreciate it. I will see you next time. Have a good one.